Oh, good afternoon. Today we're going to make some stock and then we're going to turn the stock into glaze. This is going to take a minute. Okay, all I've done is collected all my beef and lamb scraps and a bit of pork. I've got bones, offcuts, sinew, gristle, which is pretty good stuff really because we need that for gelatin, which makes it glossy and thick without having a thickener. So you can buy bones from the supermarket or kill your own animal. But either way, the first thing we do is roast them off in the oven.
There you go.
Okay, now for a chicken stock, a white chicken stock, so we're not going to roast the chicken carcasses, frames, we're just going to cook them as they are with vegetables in water. Leek, white and green, onion, carrot, you can use celery but that's banned at my place. Some parsley stalks, a bay leaf, peppercorns, half a thing of garlic, and in your pot you need about 40% by volume of the meat or bones. Okay, we've got our chicken stock to the boil, so basically we need to turn it right to low, and from there all of that congealed protein we need to skim off the top with a ladle. We do this by vibrating our ladle and getting all of the scum off the top. Our aim is for a very clear stock, and that's why we turn the heat down to virtually nothing so it doesn't pulverize the meat and make it cloudy. Cooking it too long will make it cloudy as well. This is an ongoing process. You'll need to take this bit of fat and protein off the top of the stock. But it's looking pretty nice. And we just need to cook this for 2 to 4 hours with the... Okay, when we roast the meat, what we're looking for is well done, good colour, but not burnt. Okay, good colour, but not burnt. And as you may see, there's a fair bit of dripping in there. We're going to leave that in there and roast the vegetables in the dripping.
So now, what should see it in there?
So we're not going to tip the not going to tip the contents of the tray. We're going to take the meat so that we can use all of the dripping. Okay, we're going to divide the veggies between the bowls. The trays.
Yeah, of course, they could be our close and they could be our tomato. But at the moment, they're dark.
Give them a
And
good
it's really
coating.
a call from somebody, and I don't know what they're doing next time, but everything stays.
And pop it in the oven.
If we only
Okay, we've got a bit of colour to our vegetables, and we'll put all of them, including all the dripping, into the pot. Everything just smells amazing here. So at this stage we've got 2 dirty pans and a pot full of roasted yummy stuff. Okay, we've got our heat on, we've got our pan. I put most of a few hundred grams of tomato paste and a bottle of red wine. And now we're going to make a slurry, thick slurry, and scrape all the crap or flavour off the bottom of that pan. Ow.
What did you just do?
Okay, if you've got a couple of pans running, next thing to do, transfer it all into the second pan. Okay, so when that's all done, it goes into our pot. We're not going to leave all that in there, so a bit of water in one, and there we go. Okay, now got a beef stock there. Looks pretty bad because I put cold water in it and all the drippings congealed, but that'll fix itself up. Bay leaves, peppercorns, parsley stalks, whatever. Nothing too overpowering. Got our garlics and everything in there. It's on full heat, waiting for it to come up to the boil. We will turn it down to low for the same reasons we did with the chicken stock. Let's have a look how the chicken stock's going. Beautiful. Very, very, very slowly bubbling every now and again. Lovely clear stock.
Smells a lot like gas here.
Okay, same goes with the beef stock. When it gets to the boil, turn it down and get all of the scum off the top. Rugby players.
That's nicely done, Mole. Be good out in there in a scrum.
Oh,
Whoops.
yeah, don't lean on the pot. It tends to be hot. What we'll have underneath this is a lovely clear stock. Now, the same goes. Just a lazy bubble when you turn it down is all you need. This one we're going to cook for 12 hours. So you can do it overnight. Good in the winter. Keeps the house warm. But
Yeah, it does bring up the heater, but watch frogs.
yeah,
Frogs.
don't let frogs and geckos
Don't let the frogs in.
and the geckos get in there.
We're going to put a netting over the top?
No, it'll be okay.
No, we just have the frogs and
It's
the geckos,
winter.
you know.
It's winter.
They still hop in. Remember, Ian had that.
Yeah, we'll take the chance.
Oops.
Okay. Now we've got a lovely broth.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, would ya?
So we'll let that go. Alright. We're going to strain it.
Just tired. Tired.
There we go. I'm going to go to the bench.
Oh. Oh, look at that.
And there we go, with our chicken stock, with the fat on top. Now you put it in the fridge overnight, take the fat off, you've got a beautiful clear chicken stock. We might do something else with it in the morning. Okay, we've got our chicken stock. The next day, we've taken the fat off and we've put it on full heat to get it to reduce. We've come down about an inch, you can see on the side, but periodically you get impurities, or not impurities, just congealed proteins, and you can just take that off the top. And our big beef number has been sitting on the stove all night on very low. You can barely see anything moving. Nice gentle massaging the flavour out of those meaty bits. Okay, what we need to do now is same as the chicken, strain it and put it back in a clean pot and take the fat off somehow, either by putting it in a fridge for a few hours or overnight, which makes it another day process, or I'm just going to try and skim the fat, and it'll take a while, but it'll also take about 6 hours for that to reduce down to maybe 1.5 litres or 2 litres, which is the aim of what we're going to do. Okay, so now it's just the same. To get all of your meat and veg out, put it through a strainer till you've done the whole pot, and then we'll put it back on to reduce. Okay, we've got it all in the pot, and on high heat it's coming up to boil. You can see the proteins on the top there starting to get together, and we'll skim them off once we get up to a boil. Okay, we've got up to the boil,
got lots of stuff to take off the top. So that's the next step. And there we go, and repeat that until the top's completely clear of fat and impurities, and we've got down to about a litre or two, and then we can look at finishing it off. Our little chicken number has been transferred to a slightly smaller pot and is making its way on down, and still a bit of stuff to skim off of that one. So okay, I've managed to skim all of the fat and impurities off the top of the beef stock, and mostly fat, and a fair bit of it was when we got there. Our chicken is going pretty good. It's getting way down now, so that'll probably go half again, and that'll be it for our chicken. Alright, well, our chicken glaze is done, and the last step is to put it through a fine strainer just to get any little bits and pieces that might have been caught there. So I'm going to attempt to do this one-handed. So I haven't got any cameraman this afternoon. Okay. Hey! Full start. Oh, good. Not much residue there, but still a few things. Now, what we've got is a pretty dark, rich liquid. A little bit of fat on the top of that, but that'll harden when we put it in the fridge. So there we go. We've turned all that chicken stock into, you know, maybe 3/4 of a litre. So about a tablespoon per person is the recommended usage. Okay, we've got our chicken glaze. It's cooled down, as you can see. It's like jelly. That's what you want. So it'll make the best sauces. Okay, our beef glaze is done. Lovely. Thick. Alright, ready for a final strain, and then this will be done. Alright, just put this through the fine strainer. You have to do it in a few shifts. You need to just massage it through. Okay, the final product. Very dark, thick, rich, the ultimate beef stock cube. Well, after some time in the fridge, this is our final product. A bit less than I thought. I let it go down a bit too far. I was distracted. It's quite firm. Quite a bit of pressure there. It's like a very stiff jelly. So very concentrated. Yeah, about 20 mils per person if you're adding it to a sauce. recipes to follow.